Hi there. My name is Linda Sibley, and I'm a member of the Boomer generation who resides in unincorporated Orange County, Florida. I have never ever intended to share anything on YouTube, but I found myself involved in a public safety issue that I felt needed to reach more Floridians than just my local community. So I thought possibly a brief YouTube video may reach AARP Florida and a few Florida boomers who, like me, give a damn, and non-boomer residents who, like me, care deeply about public safety issues that directly affect not only themselves, but their family members, friends, and loved ones, and would prefer to be part of the solution rather than sitting on the sidelines, bitching and complaining, hoping change will eventually happen and not too many lives will be lost in the meantime. Over the past year, I've watched our community change, and not always for the better. As an early morning jogger, I've had multiple frighteningly close calls with students riding e-bikes or mopeds to school. Their reckless driving strongly suggests they've had absolutely no safety training whatsoever and very little awareness or regard for others. These weren't flukes. They were wake-up calls for me. As I shared my experiences on Facebook and Nextdoor, it became obvious I was not alone. Neighbors have shared their own horror stories of near misses in crosswalks, sidewalks, and bike paths. Parents describe their fear as kids weave through traffic and blow across crosswalks without even stopping, much less hesitating. I reached out to several local news stations who have actually covered this growing concern. This was obviously a huge public safety issue that needed to be aggressively addressed sooner rather than later. Earlier this year, I launched a petition on change.org that currently has over 700-ish signatures. It urges the Orange County Board of County Commissioners to mandate safety training for students who drive e-bikes, mopeds, or e-scooters to school. The training would be required for both students and their parents, ensuring parental accountability for how these vehicles are operated by their own child. Since January, I've spoken before the BCC, I've spoken before the school board, I've communicated with them on numerous occasions. I've spoken with school bus drivers, school crossing guards, and even business owners regarding this safety issue. And as time went on, it became obvious it was becoming increasingly more disturbing. Despite the urgency of this situation, the Board of County Commissioners has been reluctant to act decisively. Not sure how you feel about this, but as far as I'm concerned, they are our elected officials, and it's their duty to respond, at the very least, to safety concerns raised by their constituents. So why isn't more being done, especially as the injuries and the fatality numbers continues to rise? Florida already ranks #1 in the nation for cyclist danger, hit and run accidents, and intersection fatalities. It ranks #3 in pedestrian deaths. Orange County is one of the most dangerous counties in the state. Florida currently sees over 20,000 e-bike injuries annually, and they don't even think most of them are even reported, with about 3,000 requiring hospitalization. At this rate, it shouldn't take Florida very long to rank #1 in e-bike and moped accidents and fatalities, unless we, people who care, unless we speak up now and ask Orange County Board of County Commissioners to develop an ordinance that will require safety training, set age limits, hold parents accountable, and mandate vehicle registration for enforcement and accountability. Fortunately for Florida residents, Senate Bill 462, which took effect July 1st of this year, empowers counties and municipalities to regulate micro-mobility devices. Orange County could move forward with an aggressive ordinance if they chose to do so, but so far they haven't chose to do anything. And oh, by the way, nearly 2 million Floridians are at risk of losing their health coverage due to recent policies. Without micro-mobility regulation, counties risk lives and livelihoods. Safety training and parental accountability can prevent costly, life-altering accidents. Now a shout out to AARP Florida that has long championed livable communities, pedestrian safety, and intergenerational responsibility. Student micro-mobility without training or accountability threatens all three. I urge AARP leaders in every county in the state of Florida to take up this cause. Advocate for safety training, support parental accountability, help make Orange County a model, and then help other counties follow. With its statewide reach, AARP Florida is uniquely positioned to champion student safety. If you care about student safety, pedestrian rights, and responsible mobility, I invite you to join me. Sign the petition, share this message, and petition on social media to spread the word. We can all advocate for this. Contact your commissioner, ask one of them to sponsor this ordinance. Reach out to the entire BCC and the mayor and share your concerns. Reach out to your school board representative and urge collaboration with the Board of County Commissioners to ensure the ordinance becomes reality. And not only that, reach out to your state representatives and bring them into the conversation, because this issue should be of a major concern to them as well. Make sure our community leads, not lags, when it comes to protecting lives. Let's protect our students, not just with helmets, but with education, a feeling of responsibility and care for the others that are in that area, the sidewalk, the bike paths, when they are. Safety isn't optional. Accountability isn't negotiable. Indifference is not passive, it's corrosive. It stalls reform, silences urgency, and normalizes risk. In this fight for e-bike safety, indifference shows up as delayed policies, ignored data, and the quiet acceptance of preventable harm. Progress demands engagement. Change requires courage. Safety begins when we refuse to look away. Every act of indifference has a cost, and every time we choose to care, speak, and act, we reclaim power from silence. Safety isn't optional. Accountability isn't negotiable. That's all I've got. I hope you care enough to sign this petition and advocate to your commissioners, mayor, and representatives in the House and the Senate.